Good morning, everybody. It is December 17th. It has been some time since I started this, collection of videos, this series of videos, and I just wanted to jump in before we start so I can update you on how this is gonna flow, okay? So I started this video a year ago. I know. But I lost it when I got a new computer. So I decided, because it took me a long time to make. It's literally a 6-hour video. It took me like 2 weeks to make it. So I decided to react to it and add updates. And where we are right now, I have 5 parts ready to be posted. And I'm going to save the other 5 to 10 for after. I will be adding updates throughout our 100 Days of Trump, okay? Trump 2.0, and I will add all the awesome things he's done from 100 days to 360 days, 365 days. There is so much in this video, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it explains all the reasons why I love Trump. I'll also be adding the actual website that has every Trump achievement, okay? I'll show it right here. Every Trump achievement in the past, the first 4 years and now this year. And there are so many achievements. It's quite amazing. It's too bad the news focuses on lies and propaganda. But here we go. Let's start with the first part of this series, Trump 2.0, and the golden era so far. I literally just put it here for this video. It's just hanging over the side. It's me, you guys. We are going to be watching my very own video that no one has seen before because I lost it. I lost this video, guys. It's a good video. Where are my overlays? I deleted them. Shit. Damn it. Okay. I gotta go re-download them. Today, we are here with a video I have been promising for a whole year, an entire year. Okay, like 11 months. But I made this video last year after 100 days of Trump, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful, like a flower in the summer. What a bummer. If you don't get that reference, it's probably best. But if you do, you're probably nuts. I am back with my 100 Days of Trump, but not just that, with an update to see if my opinions have changed, my positions have changed, if I have anything to add, or any just updates. So I've kind of watched a little bit of it, and there's not really much I can add to my comments on what was happening a year ago because I talked too much, and I want to add so much info, like there's not much I can add. But at the end of every segment, I'm going to come and update with where I am currently and if I'm still on the same page or if there's more to add. But before we jump into this video, please hit the subscribe button. I have made it to 82, you guys, 82. That's freaking awesome, okay? My birthday is coming up. And if I could get to 100 by my birthday, that'd be so fucking cool. And it actually sounds accomplishable this year. Like, it actually sounds like something I can do. So please hit that subscribe button, like this video so it can end up in other algorithms in the interweb for other weirdos to find me. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think, okay? And, yeah, let's jump straight into this and let's see where we were almost a year ago. Because this had to be February, right? If it's 100 Days of Trump, March? I want to say March. Anyways, let's jump into this and see where we were at the beginning of our Trump presidency, part 2. It's me, you guys. Look at, there I am. 1 year ago. You can tell it's springtime because my hair is pink. Or at least it's almost springtime. 100 days, it's here, you guys. We're able to mark it. You guys, I'm hyper and I'm weird. So enjoy this clip because I can't cringe at myself right now. on the calendar. 100 days of Trump. 100 days of Trump. Because Daddy's been home for 100 days, and he has been able to finally, on the 99th day, force CNN to report the truth on the illegal immigrants. And how did he do this? How did he manage to finally get them to tell the truth? He didn't. He created the perfect backdrop over the weekend to help them, to assist them, as they don't seem to know how to give facts to the people. Power of the freedom to think for yourself to the people. What did they say again? They said, oh, we better blur that out. Let's go watch this clip. Okay, Jesse Waters, you're the best. You brought us some good clips last night.
Trump planted 100 illegal alien mugshots right on the White House lawn. So every time a reporter does a live shot from their position outside the White House, the mugshots are in the background, and there's nothing they can do about it. He's forcing the media to cover the crime wave they just covered up. And these are the worst of the worst. Illegals convicted of murder to child rape. The media wanted to see Trump's mugshot, and he was like, take these instead. And the press is flabbergasted at how they keep getting outfoxed.
The White House has put up about 100 posters of what they say are unauthorized immigrants who have been arrested for violent crimes. You can see them there. They put them up on the driveway of the White House. But what's particularly noteworthy about this location is it is right directly behind the positions where TV correspondents do their hits from the White House lawn. So therefore, no matter what network you're on, that includes MSNBC, if you're doing a hit from the White House right now, those pictures will be behind you.
I would encourage those individuals that have that as a back shot to blur those people out. I recognize live shots are tough, but I would encourage folks to actually make sure that those shots are blurred to the best of your abilities. We know better.
Well said.
MSNBC is demanding privacy for illegal aliens who rape kids. They have to protect the privacy rights of Honduran nationals convicted of murder. In this industry, we only blur faces of minors, and they want to blur faces of illegals who rape minors. They're coddling foreign third world criminals like children. Like MS-13 needs protection from us. America's Heartthrob says everyone's getting deported, whether they like it or not.
That's right, you guys. 100 days of Trump, and we've got all these faces on the White House lawn with disgusting, vulgar things they did to get arrested. And the reason, they need to get the boot. Give them that boot. Nice old cowboy boot. I'm barefoot. Cowboy boot to the booty. Boop! Yes. 100 days, and then we're already seeing a new America. The people are happier. Well, at least my people. The libs, they can cry all they want. They always cry about something. They'd be crying if Kamala wanted to. They just love tears. I think it's attention they love. They just love the attention that comes with sadness and being needy. Like a baby. I think that's what it is. But let's get into the amazing things that Trump has done over these 100 days, okay? And if you're new here, my name is Heavenly. Welcome to my home this morning with me. I am going to inform you of all the amazing things our wonderful president has done in the past 100, is that the right way? 100 days. Now, as we started with immigration, let's continue this conversation. I have clips that I've been waiting to show you guys of the border during Joe Biden's term. Did you guys know there was signs saying no recording and stuff? Like it says no press, because they knew if the press saw what was happening and showed the people.
I want to ask you about the border. I know this is an issue that we talk about regularly on this program. It continues to be a mess, that southern border. Have a look at this footage of Texas National Guard being overrun by migrants, mainly military-age men, rioting to get across the border in El Paso last week. The footage naturally went viral, and Let's have a look at what the response was. The New York Post reporter Jennifer Taylor wrote, "Media now being blocked from the scene where we captured a breach by hundreds of migrants in El Paso yesterday. How do we do our jobs now?" So that's a good question, Annalise, because that footage was shocking to see authorities completely lose control and be overrun.
Y'all wouldn't like it, especially you other pink-haired mother. You wouldn't have liked it. You would have cried and then not known what to do because you were being lied to, and you don't know how to face that. You don't know how to face that. You don't know the truth. You don't know how to face that you're wrong. And I'm right, because it's been 340 some days since this video. And yeah, they're going crazy. They're going nuts. Let's go take a look at what's happening in New York, Chicago, and is it Illinois?
Yeah.
Yeah. Azrael says it's Illinois. It must be Illinois. Wherever Tim Waltz is. Oh, and Michigan. And Michigan.
Michigan.
And California, of course. They are all, but these are the newer places. California has been having immigration control has been in California since the beginning of this. California, New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona, main places I feel like I've heard about them being. Texas, of course, Florida. But yeah, right now we're going to focus on the Somalians that we just discovered are funneling money back to Somalia into criminal activities, most likely. We're not sure, but we're pretty sure that it's going to terrorists. A lot of money was taken from from the public who was sending money to their families. The terrorists were even taking a cut of that money. So there's a lot of fraud happening in these states that we're not hearing about because the news doesn't want to talk about the truth, right? The news doesn't want to talk about the truth. They only want to push these lies of racism and Trump is a racist and he just doesn't like brown people and he doesn't like Muslims, which just isn't true. So, okay, let's go look at the evidence that we have from Chicago, Illinois. Where else do we have issues? There's so much going on. It's crazy. The eradication of the immigration issue has been insane because we have so many pink-haired idiots and blue-haired idiots and these old people who spend their day guzzling CNN and MSNBC or whatever it's called now, that they don't know any facts other than what their TV tells them, which is fascism, racism, and men are evil. That's it. So it's kind of like ridiculous to have a conversation with any of them. Too, as you see in these street interviews we watch all the time, these people do not care about the truth. They care about their emotions and how they're emotionally feeling. They could say one thing one day and then disagree with it the next just because of their emotional attachment. I can't see, so if I'm squinting up madre, it's because the sun's right in my face. The golden era is here. Back it up, back it in. So long, Biden. No, really, guys. Let's go take a look at the border. Okay, let's go look at it. I'm going to show you how terrible it was before this 100 days. Now let's go see the border.
And it all has to do with this thing called Title 42. Basically, Title 42 means that right now, if you illegally enter through the border, you'll get deported. But in about a week from us filming this, Title 42 expires, which means that after May 11th, if you illegally enter through the border, you can claim asylum, say you are a refugee, and not get deported.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me.
They're already here. There's too many. There's millions. You guys have let millions in.
We've landed about another 40 men from synagogue that are now making their way into the country.
Just east of CZAR, Arizona, where we came across where the border wall fence has been cut.
We were struck by just how orderly and routine it all seemed.
It's not normal. It's not humane for anyone to cross a river, including children. It really shows how the federal government is attacking Texas for trying to prevent that, because what they want to do, they want to keep the border open.
That is the situation in Eagle Pass, Texas, as thousands of migrants wait to be processed by Border Patrol agents after they crossed into America illegally. Reporters at the border say they've been seeing mass illegal crossings take place every day, but they've never seen it as bad as this.
This issue was not one the president could easily fix. Like good little state propagandists, they repeated the lie that Joe Biden was powerless to fix his own mess.
Republicans keep saying Biden doesn't need Congress. He can stop what's happening at the border all by himself. Can you fact check that for us? Because we here all know that's not true.
Republicans have been saying, largely wrongly, right? Because saying that the president can close the border unilaterally.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but all these computer screens are giving me like anxiety. So I'm going to fix that really fast. And I'm just going to get rid of this one overlay, because I already have so many overlays in this screen. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like that. Don't pay attention to the room full of boxes. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
On his own. The president actually doesn't have the authority under law to do that.
There's only so much President Biden can do with executive action, and he did try to do whatever he could.
Okay, I'm making one more adjustment on the other screen. You guys, I'm new to this. Be patient with me, okay? I love you. We're just leaving it full screen on the other side. We're leaving Christmas to go back in time, okay? To the spring background. I'm sorry, guys. I'm new to this, okay? This is definitely my new background, how it's going to be. Every time we're on the computer reacting, we will be watching from this screen. But I didn't have all the stuff I have now, so I had to do all this on my own and layer it up in CapCut, alright? So don't give me a hard time. Just watch it and forgive me for my little mistakes here and there. Let's jump back in.
You're doing everything they can.
The president's hands are tied. There's only so much that he can do.
President Biden has issued certain executive orders, but there's only so much he can do within his purview.
What an intractable problem this is for the president with no easy solutions. No easy solutions here.
There are no easy solutions here, folks.
They need Congress to act to fix the broken immigration system.
This cannot happen without Congress resourcing this.
There's only so much a president can do with his pen and his phone.
But surprise, surprise, the media was wrong yet again, and this was something President Trump was happy to point out during his address to Congress.
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
From piles of children's bodies in farmers' yards, rest their souls and those farmers that had to handle that every day because ICE wasn't there doing it. They weren't allowing American people to do their jobs. So it ended up being on the farmers and the police and whoever else. But ICE wasn't handling it. Immigration wasn't allowed to do nothing. It's disgusting. Biden went out of his way to turn our country into a socialist nation as far as he could without changing or upsetting people, which is wild because all Trump is doing is trying to reinstate our Constitution to where it was before Biden ruined everything. And honestly, it probably wasn't even Biden because he's not even awake. They probably have like adrenochrome constantly going into his brain just to keep him walking. Let's go take a look at our last president. Let's go look at some We did find out it was an auto pen. It was not adrenochrome. So I could have been wrong there, but I could have not been wrong. We shall see. Only time will tell. Well, actually, time won't tell. Whatever. Lovely clips while this train passes by of our amazing old president and how he did. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go see Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Here he is in Africa and he's being guided around Angola, which he seems to think is a city.
You know, with you in Angola, a vibrant city, and I look, not the city I know is not Angola, but in Angola, in a vibrant city.
Glad he cleared that up. About his favourite topic, trains.
I'm probably the most pro-rail guy in America. I've ridden over 1,300,000 miles on a daily basis to my work.
Services, but will also promote shared prosperity and inclusive growth across the region. 10 consultations aiming at aligning this project with national.
The good news is that Joe Biden bounced back to deliver this rousing message. Yep, he's talking trains again and seems to be confused about exactly who the president is.
Mr. President, I'm coming back to ride on the train all the way from end to end. As they say, when we on the Senate floor of the United States Senate, excuse a point of personal privilege. I've ridden an awful lot on trains. I commute every day, so I like trains.
It was way past his bedtime and it was a manic, incoherent rant. He told women they had no electrical or electoral power. Try to figure this out.
Women are not without electoral or political power. No kidding.
Dignity and truth. And here we see that sort of glorious dignity of Biden repeating verifiable lies to sow racial division. And in doing so, he even invoked the name of his dead son. It's not very dignified in my book.
And chanting the same exact anti-Semitic bile that was heard in Germany in the early 30s. Neo-Nazis, white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan. When the president was asked what he thought had happened, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "There are very fine people on both sides. My God." That's what he said. That is what he said and what he meant. That's what I realized. Had listened to the admonition of my dead son. I could not stay in the sidelines.
That Dementor fine people hoax is just that. Trump did condemn the neo-Nazis and racists unequivocally. It's beyond despicable. But Steve Kerr thinks it's dignified. Let's take a look at Biden being the best he's ever been.
Before we finish this clip, I just have to say it's so funny that now they're saying Trump is dementia. He has dementia and he's falling asleep in press meetings or whatever. But compared to Biden, you guys can't be that stupid. You can't be that stupid, right? Right? Oh no, I forgot you guys are that stupid. Oh, shit. All right. Well, watch this and maybe your dumbass can wake up.
Anyway, and I don't want to, well, maybe choose my words. I'll go ahead and this little shrine. Los Angeles and what am I doing here? From the move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Biden's bizarro claim that women in America are being raped by their in-laws and their sisters.
Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in, they talk about that. But here's the deal: there's a lot of young women being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters. It's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state lines.
Thank you.
Thank you. She cut him off so quick. I think that's so funny that he says that, because that's literally what people push. Like, well, men are rapists. Men rape women all the time. White men, especially Christian white men. So why not just let in the rest of the rapists? Yeah, it makes so much sense. You're so smart. You're so smart.
And he was thoroughly confused, not just when he gave what should have been well-rehearsed answers, but also when Trump was talking.
From prisons, people that are from mental institutions, insane asylum, terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now, all terrorists all over the world, not just in South America, all over the world. They come from the Middle East, everywhere, all over the world, they're pouring in. And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final couple of months of my presidency, we had, according to Border Patrol, who is great, and by the way, who endorsed me for president, but I won't say that, but they endorsed me for president. Brandon, just speak to him. But look.
Brandon, just speak to them. I just love Trump casually dropping a Brandon in the debate shots, and she's telling Joe he did great.
Before we hear from Dr. Biden over here, I just gotta say, like, we've now seen clips of Biden young and talking about immigration, talking about what happens with socialism, talking about what happens when you let a bunch of immigrants in and create a sanctuary city. He was against it. He was completely against it.
Would you allow these cities to ignore the federal law regarding the reporting of illegal immigrants and, in fact, provide sanctuary to these immigrants?
The reason the cities ignore the federal law is the fact that there is no funding at the federal level to provide for the kind of enforcement at the federal level you need. Pick up the New York Times today. There's a city not far across the river from my state that imposed the similar sanctions. And what they found out is, as a consequence of that, their city went in the dumps, in the dumpster. Stores started closing. Everything started to happen. And they changed the policy. Part of the problem is you have to have a federal government that can enforce laws. This administration has been fundamentally derelict in not funding any of the requirements that are needed even to enforce the existing law.
So, Senator Biden, yes or no, would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No.
Okay.
And that's why we know the auto pen was in control. He really did have dementia. It's really sad to see how many people were tricked by a television screen. At least it wasn't as many as I thought, because we won. We won the election. Like, it's not as many idiots as I thought. But holy shit, there's a lot of idiots. They're making me question the 19th Amendment, okay? And that's messed up. We need like a Jim Crow for women, like a Karen clause. We'll call it the Karen clause test instead of the Jim Crow test. The Karen clause.
Such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the... And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Yes.
You see how bewildered old Juan as Jill gaslights the crowd.
I saw in him then the same character that I see in him today. And even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies, his optimism is undaunted. His strength is unshakable. His hope is undeterred.
Cheer as Barack Obama grabs Biden's arm and helps direct the confused POTUS off stage.
Yeah, he couldn't even walk straight. That was so sad, you guys. That was sad. The way that Obama had to hold his hand and bring him. Man, that guy deserves to be resting in a fucking old folks home. He deserved to be in a senior center, slapping the booties of all the ladies in there because he doesn't remember which is his wife. Imagine being rolled out to stage by your wife and she's like, hurry up, go say the speech, and you don't remember shit because the only thing you remember is you need to take a shit. Poor Biden. Poor America. And since we're talking about the dear old days, let's just go ahead and go see what Kamala would be doing at the border her 100 days in. Okay, let's go see how that went. last time when she was VP and our border czar. Let's go see how well she did.
There's a 600% increase in the sex trafficking of women and children. Border Patrol has arrested more terrorists coming across the border in 1 month than Trump had in 4 years. This is the biggest national security vulnerability this country's ever had. Donald Trump will be the president, and I'll be in the middle of running the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen.
I am not for a wall. We don't need to build a wall. This is a crisis of his own making. The President of the United States has a vanity project that he doesn't want to give up. It's the President's vanity project. This issue is about a vanity project for this president. Right. The president's vanity project? Let me be very clear. I'm not going to vote for a wall under any circumstances. It will not end with a wall. It will not end with a wall.
It will not end with a wall?
No.
All right.
He comes back, I come back, we fix this shit.
Administration's border czar, Kamala Harris, with Trump's incoming border czar, Tom Homan. See if you can spot the subtle difference.
Up with education, down with deportation. Up with education, down with deportation.
I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
Holy shit, I can't believe she just said that, and I haven't been to Europe. We can tell border czar Kamala. If you had been to Europe, you probably would have closed the border. Because then you would have seen what happens when you open your border to the third world. I'm sorry, guys. Look, there's a commercial playing back there. How annoying! Go away, commercial! I need to make sure I put one without a commercial next time. Or maybe I'll just do it right now. Okay, I'll do it right now! Fine! Oh, I don't have a mouse! I need a mouse. There's 20 days till Christmas, you guys. That's nuts. That's crazy. Hey, like behind the scenes, guys. You guys get to see the struggle, the behind the scenes struggle. I got a mouse. And don't worry about the boxes, damn it. Just stay on my business. Whatever, we'll leave it up for now. Once a commercial comes on, I'll fix it. But for now, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, she thought, and I've never been to Europe. Imagine if she went to Europe and she saw the border crisis and then she still chose to do what she did. We'd hate her more. We'd hate her more.
People say, the talk of a mass deportation is racist. It's threatening to the immigrant community. It's not threatening to the immigrant community. It should be threatening to the illegal immigrant community.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Kamala Harris is taking on the lead as Joe Biden's border boss, essentially, just days after laughing in the face of a reporter who pressed her on when's she going to go look.
You plan to visit the border?
Not today.
Well, but that's now her boss. So with Joe Biden passing the buck, what can we expect to happen at the border? Let's talk to retired acting ICE director and Fox News contributor, Tom Homan. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, we know she was the attorney general from the sanctuary state of California, but what else do we know about how she regards our southern border?
Well, when President Biden says she's most qualified, I mean, seriously? What color's the sky in his world? Because you couldn't get a worse pick. Look, she supports sanctuary cities. She wrote legislation to reward those who illegally enter the United States. She vilified the men and women of the Border Patrol during last year, saying they're mistreating immigrants. She's an open borders advocate. She wants to abolish ICE. She compared immigration officers to the KKK during a Senate hearing. And you want to put her in charge of immigration enforcement on the border? I couldn't think of a worse choice.
Well, and because in 2019, she supported decriminalizing crossing the border illegally. It's a federal violation of statute, and yet she was saying, you know what, that shouldn't probably be against the law.
Look, the most qualified person to fix this issue, how about the chief of the United States Border Patrol, who's a great guy, he spent his whole career on the border, he could fix this. If you give him the power to change the policies that need to be changed and let him do his job, that's the guy. You know, he's not some politician. Yeah. But, you know, one of the first things they say Kamala's going to do is travel to Mexico, travel to Central America, talk to them folks. Why don't you sit down and talk to the commander of the Border Patrol? Yeah. Ask them their opinion. They've been through this before. They know how to fix this. The same way President Trump fixed it. If all they got to do is one thing. If Joe Biden said today, I'm going to reestablish the Remain in Mexico program, effective immediately, border crossings will go down 75% in the 24-hour period.
Essentially, Joe Biden is admitting, okay, this is a crisis, so I'm going to put my number 2 in charge of this.
So they were deciding if crossing the border should even be illegal? I guess that's why Don Lemon keeps calling it not a crime, because they considered it to be removed as a crime. It's a crime. Don Lemon is just an idiot, an actual racist idiot. And what's weird is he's racist to white people, but he's with a white man. Strange.
There is political peril for her because if it does not work out well, this could actually damage her presidential ambitions.
It is not going to work out well, I'll tell you that right now. And Joe Biden should, you know, look, he's already said he wants to have agreements with these countries. There were agreements with these countries. There were agreements with Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, and they destroyed them all in 2 weeks. If they would have stuck to the Trump playbook, Joe Biden could have the most secure border in the country if he would have just built upon the success of President Trump. But they tore everything down Trump. And this is what they got today. Again, not by accident, not by incompetence, but by design. This is what open borders look like, and Joe Biden, to win an election, sold out to progressive left to get an open border. He knew exactly what he was doing when he made these promises.
Before you go, I wanted to ask you about, yesterday, the White House took a pool reporter on a tour of a facility, I think in Carrizo Springs, which is it's one of the child facilities, one of the child detention facilities, and it's run by the DHS. It's not run by the Border Patrol, which has been described as more jail-like, which has been referred to as kids in cages. And Ted Cruz said, you know, real transparency would have been, rather than to take people there, take them to the Donna facility because it's at 1,556% capacity, where the kids go to sleep hungry, they sleep on the floor, they haven't seen sunlight in 7 days, and it's full of COVID. Why did the White House, and that's the place I'm talking about right there in Donna, Texas, those are the leaked photos from Congressman Cuellar. Why didn't the White House take reporters to that place rather than, you know, the place that they essentially are putting on their brochures because it's run perfectly?
Because they're not transparent. They're hiding the truth from American people. For the same reason they won't admit there's a crisis. I mean, thank God for, you know, Congressman Henry Cuellar, who grew up on that border, leaking them photos, because he told the truth. The secretary 2 days later said, well, we're going to show some film and some pictures, but we're not ready yet. We're concentrating on operations. Henry Cuellar leaked some photos, and within 24 hours, they came out with their pictures, all, you know, of course, showing the facility all doctored up and well taken care of. They're hiding the truth from the American people. And by the mere fact they won't admit there's a crisis with 5,000 crossings a day show you that they have no problem at all hiding the truth from the American people and what's really going on down there.
Thank God for Tom Homan, am I right? Oh my God, where would we be if Tom Homan wasn't there right now, as our borders are? I wouldn't be able to sit on my porch with a camera. Because socialism. They'd have stolen it, and I wouldn't be allowed to wear this sweater. And this video wouldn't get seen. Ever. Because they also took our free speech under Biden. And that's another amazing thing Trump did in his first, 10 days. In the first 10 of 100 days, Trump was able to remove all the things that Meta had done to silence us.
We don't have free speech, then we just don't have a free country.
Before we jump into this next segment, I just want to say this will be the last one for today's video. I want to divide this up as healthy as possible. And as you can see, we are only 30 minutes into a 6-hour video. So let's see this last segment, and you can join me tomorrow for the rest. And that's another amazing thing Trump did in his first, 10 days. In the first 10 of 100 days, Trump was able to remove all the things that Meta had done to
we don't have free
silence
speech,
us.
then we just don't have a free country. It's as simple as that. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple. Just like dominoes, one by one, they'll go down. That's why today I'm announcing my plan to shatter the left-wing censorship regime and to reclaim the right to free speech for all Americans. And reclaim is a very important word in this case because they've taken it away. In recent weeks, bombshell reports have confirmed that a sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have been conspiring to manipulate and silence the American people. They have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything from elections to public health. The censorship cartel must be dismantled and destroyed, and it must happen immediately. And here's my plan. First, within hours of my inauguration, I will sign an executive order banning any federal department or agency from colluding with any organization, business, or person to censor, limit, categorize, or impede the lawful speech of American citizens. I will then ban federal money from being used to label domestic speech as mis- or disinformation. And I will begin the process of identifying and firing every federal bureaucrat who has engaged in domestic censorship, directly or indirectly, whether they are the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Health, Human Services, the FBI, the DOJ, no matter who they are. Second, I will order the Department of Justice to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime.
I have been silenced since COVID because I told the truth about Wuhan, and I saw what happened, and I saw where it came from. I saw the guy that got arrested before he ended up on an airplane, or after he ended up on the airplane and ended up in America in 2019, okay? So I was silenced very early on, and I was doing pretty good on Instagram back then. I had been making my ways, and I didn't realize that we were being silenced till very late on in the game, like 2022 maybe. And so much had been going on in my life. I had just had a baby, so postpartum is a bitch for me. I get real bad postpartum, and I feel like the past few years were kind of just like, or at least during that time, it was like very dark, and like I barely even, it's like a fog, brain fog. And I just wish I had tried a little bit harder to find more answers on the internet, because if so, maybe I wouldn't have been seeing Trump the way I did, because I totally was anti-Trumper. I was an FDT. We were singing FDT because I was lied to. And I trusted the wrong faces, even though I knew Hillary was a bitch, see you next Tuesday, eating childrens. I know it. I still was like, who do I, a reptilian. I'm gonna move, it's just too bright. Okay, let's go see Tom Homan and the amazing plans he has, what he's done. Kristi Noem too, she's amazing.
94% decrease.
Oh my god, I'm still talking about the border. Okay, I am gonna pause it right here and at least finish the stuff I have to finish here at home. But yeah, like, I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I am gonna end it here. We'll jump back into this maybe tonight. But I have chores to do. My kids are up, and it's snowing. Just kidding. I live in Arizona. It's not snowing. Not down south. Okay, I'm in South Arizona. This video got me hyper. Just seeing what a hyper dumbass I am. So Look, we're at 29, 21, almost 30 minutes in. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this and all the updates that I have with the immigration, the border, and of course, they're talking about Trump passing out, which is so stupid. And we'll head back into this video tomorrow, okay? And I will see you next time, okay? But don't be like a Hillary Clinton, see you next Tuesday. Be like a cool, awesome, see you next time, okay? Bye-bye. I'll see you next time.